OnChain. Hey, OnChain revolution, Bitcoin not an illusion. Market recaps and I do a roll call. You're not bullish in the vocal. Look at the price action, yeah, send it to the deck, sell it through the spec. Order knows the best. Too much Bitcoin, gotta go to read. If you end up bearish, gotta put the knee pad. Let me see the comments. Look at the fear and greed index. Bridge, look at the chart.
Welcome to Artura Live, guys. It's the Trader's Edge. Today's episode is called Master the Trader's Edge, Dominate the Volatility Trading. Guys, this is going to be a great episode, guys, because this is the first one. Artura has been building in the space for a very long time. They are building on a Bitcoin layer 2 called Botanix right now. They're going to be on other chains as well, but right now Botanix is their main project. So what Botanix is giving basically the world right now is an opportunity to use their chain first. They are incentivizing their chain with Bitcoin, so that's huge, right? But Artura could potentially be the #1 dApp there. And that's the exciting part, because it's a leverage trading dApp that you guys can go there right now and get on that leaderboard. I highly recommend you guys do that. That's kind of what our show's about. Our show's about every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to have the great guys from Artura, the core contributors from the team, come join us and kind of talk about not only what they're building, but really digging in the charts, kind of learning. This is going to be a very educational episode and everything like that. So everything you guys need is going to be right here. So you want to tune in every single Tuesday. We're going to bring it live, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. So without further ado, let's bring my partner here, as always, Mr. Iago B. What's up, buddy?
Man, I feel like I just saw you a second ago.
Yeah, man, live. Let's go live for 24 hours, man.
This is what we live for, right? We live for this. We live to be live and live stream to you guys and really educate you guys as much as possible. And I'll tell you, I know that there's been like talks for a long time about the Bitcoin layer 2 ecosystem, but you have to remember that like there's been a lot of building since it kicked off early last year, and it's getting more and more ready, and there's more and more people that are learning about it, and Artura is building directly in that ecosystem. So, being able to trade perps and leverage and have fun with Bitcoin fungible tokens, with synthetic derivatives like coin or MicroStrategy, like that announcement today kind of shook some people. You could maybe take a short on that if it tumbled the strategy price, right? So this is where you're going to be able to find some alternative assets, and you're going to be able to find it with Artura. But more than that, this show is going to be more about getting into the muck of it all, learning about the markets, how to handle volatility, what to do. Because I'll tell you, man, like I consider myself just a smidgen above like the new trader and stuff like that, but that kind of stuff does shake me in my focus and strategy. But we got Murion on. We have the pleasure to have Murion on, experienced trader, and what he's going to do is kind of guide me and say, hey, you don't need to have all that anxiety. There's steps that you can take to kind of mitigate this.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. And I'm somebody who's new to trading, right? I'm not somebody who really trades often because I'm very reckless when I trade. I get that casino mindset, but I'm trying to understand that you don't always have to treat it like a casino. You can actually do it and make a lot of money if you play it smart. So I'm really intrigued by like traders. Like I sit there like I'm watching like a TV show. You know what I mean? It's great because I get to sit here and learn, ask the questions, and you guys probably will have the same questions that I do. And it's awesome because like I'm very inexperienced when it comes to trading. Iago is very experienced. He's not going to give himself credit, but I will. I've seen him do some massive trades in the past. But then someone like Murion, who's an expert. And I think this is really good. I mean, I think you get it from every aspect of every person who's watching the stream, and we really hope you guys enjoy this. So without further ado, let's bring up the core contributors of Artura. Let's bring up Murion. Let's bring up Instant. Guys, welcome to the first episode of Master the Trader's Edge.
Yeah, awesome. It's awesome to finally be on here with a longer segment, I guess, where we can kind of really get into the nitty gritty. So appreciate you guys.
Absolutely, man. Love to always have you and Murion on. You get kind of like the back end kind of from a builder's perspective side from you, and then you get the trader's mindset from Murion, and you got to have both of those to build a community with a perps and leverage decks, because that's not all you guys are going to be, but that's kind of like the main service initially, but you guys are going to be much more than that. But Murion, man, how are you doing? It's been volatile. I'm gonna tell you that, like, it's creating I'm losing hair. Well, I was already losing hair. Now I'm losing at a faster rate. What's going on, man?
You're sitting on the hands now.
That's what I should have been doing.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Yeah. What? So how can I, like? Okay, you said it's pretty simple, but like, if someone's doing well in their trades, like, how do you get yourself out of that mindset of continuing trading and just sitting on your hands? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So you need to master yourself and your emotions, because that's a big part in the trading. The psychology is maybe like even 80% of the trading, particularly just waiting, because you don't need to chase the trades. You need to wait for trades to come to you, and they need to be like so clear that they're like screaming to you, take me, and not like you don't need to find them. They will find you. Like it should be pretty clear and simple, and that's how you will have the highest probability.
Yeah, that actually really hits home, because I promise you I was thinking about that, because you can have this mentality with trading perps and levers, but you can also have this mentality in the trenches too. Like if you're like trying to find new tokens, it's like when you have to consistently look for an opportunity, you're not going to find a good one. Right. And I think that's the problem, is people get stuck. They've won, and the market turns and they're like, I just won easily. And now I'm like, they won't stop searching. But I think if you train your mindset to say, okay, I'm having to look way too hard for like a good entry, or like a good crap coin, I guess you'll say. I try to keep it PG, but you get what I'm saying. Am I right there?
Yeah, most definitely. Because that's the like biggest issue in the trading. Everybody is treating it like every other business, that you need to work hard for it, search for the trades hard, and you need to do more. You need to lock in yourself like pretty hard, do everything you can. But there's a false reality of the trading, because in the trading it's much different. Like I said, it's mostly just a waiting game. You're waiting for the levels to be hit, and you just execute after the levels are hit, and that's where the 80% is just waiting. And that's like the problem in this industry. Everybody just wants more and more, but it's really different and unique, and that's why most people fail.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. And I think that's where the relation can be with the trenches and leverage, is that like you should have that or like something inside of you that says, okay, I'm gonna chill. I'm happy where I am. I'm gonna wait till the opportunities come back to me, and just be aware as possible. But I want to get into the main topic here, market talk. Let's break down some large caps. Let's talk about volatility and sentiment. So let's start with the large caps. Obviously, Bitcoin and Ethereum. They both kind of had their runs at separate times in June and July. Let's start with Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin looking like right now? People are calling for 100K. How do you feel about Bitcoin?
I feel like we could hit pretty easily 112K. You can also pull up my chart if you want.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we can just do the showcase. So I shared on my Twitter that the draw on liquidity was the recent swing high, and we swept it, like we can see here. We're just respecting this prior all-time high, and this week is showing us downside fair value gaps. So this is the thing on the monthly chart. On the weekly, we can see a pretty clear picture. We can see how this weekly candle closed. We closed like a sweep, and with that, we're just back in this range. So what I saw is that if we sweep this premium array, we should go to this discount array. It's like two levels. You just need to zoom out. It's pretty simple. You can see how my chart is pretty clear. And that's where we are heading right now. We can see this huge displacement to the downside. This huge body is showing us that on the lower time frames, we have like lower time frame FVGs, which is essentially just a order flow. And order flow is like everything I do is just showing you where price wants to go. Yeah. And you can see here on the daily as well. We're just going 112.
So what would give you confirmation that we're going to go lower than, like we break below 111, 112?
So the thing here is I will wait for the reaction on this swing low. This is the main hard time frame level currently. This is the swing low on the daily chart, on the weekly chart as well, as you can see here. It's also outside of this fair value gap. And if we zoom out on the monthly chart, it's nothing here yet, but we can essentially read as this high of this candle. But for now, it's just a waiting game, like I said. I don't see any trades here. If I was shorting, but I don't like to short in a bull market, I will short like from here to this side. But now just waiting for the reactions. Like if we hit this level, for example, if we see a sweep of this, we can essentially play like this. Or if we close and disrespect this level, if we close below this level, right, this is a disrespect, we can see lower prices. So that's what I'm always saying. You just react on the levels. You never predict. React and adapt.
Yeah, gotcha. So you're saying, is that the daily chart that you're looking at? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So basically what you're saying is you'll play off the daily close, and if we break below, we don't hold support at the one, because I agree with you. I think that high 111, low 112 is the support level. We gotta defend that, right?
Exactly.
But if we close on the daily, let's say at like 109, that tells you that's not good. That means that we probably are going to stair step down even further, and then we have to look at the next support level to see if another daily candle can close, either stay above or close below. Correct? Is that what you're saying?
That is correct. Yeah. But the thing is that I will just see the daily close at this level at 112, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't look any lower, because the reaction on this level will show me. Like if we disrespect, it will show displacement to the downside, and that is showing me lower prices. If we just sweep this level, which is essentially like this week, if you see a week down and impulsive move up, I will go, for example, on the 1 hour chart and see if there are some order flow shifts. And that means if we go to this level and just start creating fair value gaps outside of this level, I will be long. So like I always say, just react and adapt. Don't predict anything.
Yeah.
I have a question, Murion, actually, very quickly, because I'm not an expert trader myself here, so I'm learning all these things. So let's say that these levels get disrespected in some way. Like, when do you actually put in the trade? Is it like moments after? Do you wait like a certain period of time before you feel confident putting your position in?
Order flow will tell you the story, actually. So you will wait to see if how will we react on this level. That's the first thing. If we sweep it, like I said, we will most likely make the creation of fair value gaps on the 1 hour chart to the upside. So I will wait for the fair value gaps. Fair value gaps are a three candle pattern. For example, this is a bearish one. This is an FVG. You have this candle, this huge gap, and this third candle, and this is a fair value gap. And that will show me the confirmation. That's my confirmation that order flow is changing to the upside after we hit this daily level here. So I never go with a feel. I always go with what the chart is telling me. And that's how you eliminate the emotions and how you can execute very calm and pretty simple. You need to have like pretty simple stuff so you can execute without hesitation.
Yeah,
100%. I have a question real quick too. So you're trading on Bitcoin right now. Is there a time where potentially are you waiting for a signal from Bitcoin to maybe potentially get into something like Solana or Ethereum, or would you just mainly trade just mainly look at Bitcoin to trade Bitcoin?
Bitcoin is the king, so you shall always look at the BTC if I'm trading BTC. But if I'm going to trade Ethereum, for example, I will always see what is the BTC doing, because if BTC is looking bearish and Ethereum is looking bullish, they are always correlated. So that doesn't add up, and most likely my Ethereum trade will fail.
Okay, so but like, typically in alt seasons though, when it's time to get a little bit more risk on, Ethereum goes up against Bitcoin, right?
Exactly, but then BTC dominance will fall and BTC will just be in the range, so there is not going to be much movement.
Yeah, we saw that in July, right?
Yeah, you can see that BTC is actually just moving like pretty hard up and just consolidates for quite a time. You can see here and here, like everywhere. Just look at this. We have a huge pump, consolidation. We retest this fair value gap, huge pump, consolidation, huge pump, consolidation. Like staircase up, consolidate, staircase up, consolidate. This is a huge consolidation, massive pump, and like we're going with this pattern like all the time.
Yeah. It's actually not that hard when you zoom out, right? But I'd love to get. I'd love to get another trader's experience or perspective, I should say. And we're fortunate enough to have Ace from Artura's trader community. So I'm going to bring him on stage if that's okay. Ace, welcome to the stage. I think he's with us.
Hey, hello.
Ace, how are you doing? Yes, we can.
Sir.
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thanks for the what is this? Fifth time I'm on here? Fifth?
Yeah, I think about
one of those.
the fifth time. We're just going over some situations with large caps, with Bitcoin, with Murion. He's breaking down some technicals. He just talked about Bitcoin and looking for the lower sweep on that kind of consolidation area. So I'd love to hear your perspective. I'm not sure if you can see the screen, but you know, he's basically saying that he's looking to see if that $112,000 mark is being respected or disrespected, and his next move will be based off of that candle close and how it responds on that. And I think we might have lost him, but
yeah, he went to look at the screen, and I think he moved.
Gotcha. No worries. But Murion, when you say sweep, you mentioned wick. So if it wicks hard down, is that considered technically a sweep?
Yeah, this is also sweep because, for example, this is like, would you like take this in mind as a hard sweep down, hard wick down?
Yeah.
This is also like when you see a big wick down, all this is a lower time frame is pushing higher. We are creating order flow shifts to the upside. We are pretty strong. So I don't care like how big the sweep is. If we see this is a huge respect, and it's pretty bullish actually.
Got it.
Because
So
when you see this type of price action, you will go to the, for example, I always go from the weekly and I execute trades on the 4-hour. You will go to the 4-hour and you will see like how bullish we were here in this week.
Gotcha. So that you use the 4-hour time frame as your entry and kind of.
When I'm swinging, yeah, I'm looking for the context monthly, weekly, or daily. Daily is the minimum, and I execute off of 4-hour and 1-hour.
Gotcha. So okay. So let's say Bitcoin sweeps. There's a big wick. Then you're expecting a reaction to the upside, right?
Exactly. I will like after. Let's go to the weekly chart. It's more simple, cleaner price, right?
Yeah.
When we get the sweep here, I will just go to the 4-hour and see how the price reacts off of that level. When we start closing 4-hour below this level, that's starting to be bearish. If you start to create bullish fair value gaps when we sweep this level, that's pretty bullish, and I'll most likely start to look for the trades towards this buy-side liquidity pool, which is essentially a new all-time high.
Yeah, that makes sense with the wicks and stuff like that. Appreciate that. And for the audience, guys, look, I know some of this might seem a bit advanced for you, but put any question that you have. No, there's no stupid question. Put it in the chat. You know, take advantage of having a chartist like Murion or someone that uses the technicals like that. But I'd like to ask Ace if he's back with us. What's your perspective on Bitcoin right now? Like, how are you handling this volatility?
Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got the question.
Okay. Yeah, no, you said how am I handling Bitcoin volatility?
Right now, like, what's your perspective?
For me, I know Murion and I'm in the chat with him. So I follow what Murion's doing. It's honestly like a cheat code to life. So, but no, I mean, and on a general basis, I just think that, you know, Bitcoin is only down like 5.2%, I believe, like in the past 7 days. So I think like you gotta ride the waves, and the charts are just gonna tell you everything. Kind of like I literally second everything that Murion's saying. It's like you really don't have to overthink this stuff. Like if you think, I think people have too much of a short-term mindset, and that might be because of this whole like meme coin culture. But if you're on a 5-year investment time frame and you believe Bitcoin is going to outperform and do extraordinarily well, then these things don't really matter. Buy the asset, hold the asset that you believe in, and then just let the time unfold on itself. But in the short term, I mean, like, yeah, you got to look at the charts, see what the charts are saying. Obviously, you might see a little drawdown because you have a lot of capital that's sidelined that want like better position entries and everything, just almost like everything else. So you just got to really just ride the wave. Ride the wave. Don't overthink it. Play it simple. Look at the candles. Look at what the wicks is telling you. Look at what the fair value gaps are telling you, right? Look at the higher highs, low lows, see what all these things are telling you, and then you just go from there. I think we're sitting at like 113 right now. I think we might touch like 112 and then potentially push back up a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I just take it day by day, man. I don't really like overthink this stuff. I believe in these assets over the like a longer time frame. So I'm more of a long-term trader, as I stated in like the past like other spaces that we've had versus like
Yeah.
short term like making money. So yeah, that's like my perspective on all this stuff.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah. So Murion, what about any other
But
like large?
Murion's the
Go ahead.
oh sorry, my bad. No, I was gonna say like Murion's the he's the guy though. He's one of the best traders I know. So thankfully I'm
Yeah,
blessed in
man,
life
I
to know
agree.
who he is.
Yeah, man, Marion's been phenomenal. I've learned so much of him already. I have a question, Marion. So this Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, we have the great Jerome Powell speaking. It's basically a Fed meeting without the rate cut or rate pause as he's been doing.
Yeah.
But are you a little worried about Jackson Hole this Friday? Is there anything that you're going to be doing for that? Maybe no trades on, or maybe will you be going long for that? Because I'm actually thinking about taking a long out. Right before that, and kind of because I think it's gonna be dovish.
I'm having deja vu.
I know.
Well, these red folder news are just the liquidity injection for the market, and they will just fuel the price up. So I'm not going to be in any trades, only if we sweep this sell side prior to those news, and if I get the confirmations to go long. It's on the hard time frame, so those news will just pump the price up if I'm gonna be right. If not, I'm just gonna take the stop loss and go on with my day, because you can have like 100% win rate. Whoever has 100, whoever is telling you that he has 100% win rate, he's liar.
Yeah. No, I agree with that 1,000%.
Like off, just like max bidding everything, full porting, like it's like a.
I mean, the way Susie came in with that too, he's like, "Hey, what are you guys thinking? I think he's gonna be dovish. I'm gonna take a log." It's like,
I'm honest. I'm curious what you guys. Don't do that. Would it be a great?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. I'm not trying to give you a hard time.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people do think that way. I mean, I do sometimes too. I'll fall into it because of like a fundamental analysis of like news and stuff like that. But like when you do break it down, like what Murion just did, it makes a lot of sense. Even for me, like I'm still like a baby with like charting, but I try to do it at such a high level to where it can at least like make sense for like the average like beginning watcher of our show. Murion just broke down, because I've always heard of traders using wicks for data, like strong data. Either the price will always revisit the wick, or they use it now, I'm knowing, for like sweep areas, right? And I guess on the upside, you can use the wick on the upside to kind of like on the downside too, the way you do the sweep, right? Or no?
Yep.
So it's basically like an overbought, oversold situation, and then kind of.
But to be real, like everything we trade, we have like different names for the levels and all of other stuff. We see the price differently, but it's all just a support and resistance with some fancier names.
True. Very, very true. Okay, so and for the people that are listening, if you guys want to connect with people like Ace and Murion, the easiest way to do that is how, Murion? The Discord, right?
Yeah, Discord. You can hit up on the Telegram, my ex, wherever. I'm open.
Yeah. So make sure that you guys join the Discord if you want to join trading groups like that. I mean, they're really like a family over there. I mean, you get people joining in the chat, supporting when they come on the show. I really haven't seen too much of that, like honestly, from like other communities that are, especially like perps and leverage decks. Like you don't really see that too much. So that's awesome that you guys are building that. Let's talk real quick. Any other, before we move to the next topic here? Any other large caps that you're looking at, or are you just like, okay, Bitcoin is really where I'm focused right now to kind of dictate where the market heads next?
Yeah, so Ethereum is quite interesting. On the shorter term, it's much more bullish than the BTC. Now we'll see. We have this like huge rejection, but we are still disrespecting this swing high. As you can see, the body is above that level, which means disrespect. But this was like pretty obvious though. We have like 13 days still until the monthly candle closes. When I go to the weekly chart, we have a pretty interesting level right here. This is the context. This is the fair value gap on the weekly chart. We have an overlap array, which is essentially just a fair value area, or the swing high that was disrespected with this candle. So this is also acting as a support level. Now I have like pretty strong weekly two levels aligned up, which is pretty strong like pattern. And on the daily chart now, the thing here, on the daily chart, I will need to see this potential fair value gap get disrespected. Why? Because now if in 6 hours we get this close, we will have daily strong level and we have here weekly strong level. That's here, weekly strong level. So daily and weekly are pretty strong time frames. And what will the price do? The price will most likely just play the ping pong between these levels until one fails. So here, what I would love to see, and what I call this always, is a trapped order flow. The price won't go in any direction. So
how long are you expecting for that to last for?
I'm just going to react, basically. After we create this daily fair value gap, I would love to see a disrespect of it. And then I will have a pretty strong weekly context with not anymore the trapped order flow, which is giving me the bullish arguments for the upside, right? I don't have the bump road in my way to the upside, and on the 4 hour we will most likely create the fair value gaps to the upside. So even if we see a 4 hour close above this level that will be created in today's close, right, this will be pretty bullish, and I will most likely target this swing high. But if you're a spot trader, this is a pretty good level to bid, in my opinion.
Yeah,
pretty good level to bid because it's a strong level, and you can like easily like to this high, which is obvious though, even to the new all-time high, you like have 70% free money, easy money. And we are running just before the September, and I think we will have the opportunity to buy the last dip prior to the like big altcoin mania, which will be essentially the last move up in this bull. So we'll see.
Yeah, and can you go to the monthly chart real quick?
Sure.
Okay, so go to the monthly, and if you don't mind adding an indicator for me, just a simple one, the MACD.
Let me see.
I don't want to mess up your setup, but it's like you can remove it right away.
This one?
Yeah, that works. So if you're thinking like the ping pong kind of situation with the shorter time frames, like the weekly, right? And you think that like it could kind of respect those higher levels and go up to the higher level, could the way you broke that down was really eloquent, I feel like. And if you use something like the MACD, then you see that like the MACD shows pretty good momentum from a monthly perspective with that green candle. You see the fast line past the slow line. You could use both of those together and say, okay, I'm going to wait, but I do have a feeling that it eventually it's going to ping pong, but it will break to the upside. Do you think I'm looking too far into it?
No, that's actually a good idea. I never use indicators like this because for me it's telling me like a bit of history. Yeah. I'm just going with the raw price action, which is telling me everything I need to know. So if you see this here aligned with my thoughts, why not? Like you can see, you will just need the more confirmation until we get that daily fair value gap disrespected.
Yeah.
And like I said, again, many people will jump the gun too early And that's the problem with psychology. You need to have patience. You need to wait. It's a waiting game. So that's the problem with trading as well.
So what would be the to get the I guess disrespect to fair value? Or is that what you called it, to the upside?
Yeah.
Okay, so what would that price point be to where you would feel like I would need confirmation? Would that be breaking that previous 47.50?
It will be a break of this. Let me mark like this. We will need to close above this level. If we get the reaction of this weekly, we need to close body of a candle. So with the body, it needs to close above this level, and we will most likely even create new bullish fair value gaps to the upside. So I'll just wait for this level to
4,400. Gotcha.
To see how we react on it.
Yeah. No, I mean, so this is where you can get even more in depth from a technical analysis perspective, and you're using kind of something like that Murion has broken down here, his way of giving his confirmation, as well as using just a basic momentum indicator and saying, hey, these are matching up, right? So, and that's the thing, is like you know, as an audience person, you can kind of take little bits and pieces. And that's the first thing. Whenever he told me that the ping pong, like, and he felt like eventually it was going to disrespect the fair value gap and go to the upside, is what he's thinking, but he's not going to make a move until he gets that confirmation on the daily candle closing above 4,400. So if you close at 4,500, why can't you wait? Because Ethereum is at like 4,180 now. Why can't you wait until a daily candle closes at 4,450 or 4,480 and then make that confident move, because you already have the monthly MACD working with you along with that disrespect of the fair value gap, correct?
Yeah, exactly that.
See, if I could just do that, then I would be a lot less stress-free. Or I'll be a lot more stress-free, I should say.
Yeah. So like essentially, it's just a waiting game. You need to see the reactions. You need to be like confident, and doing the hard work in trading is doing nothing. You need to be like, I don't know. You will feel that in experience. Like the less you do, the more you make, and that's the
less
trading.
you do, the more you make.
Exactly.
I mean, maybe that's my problem. I gotta stop doing stuff.
So, like, you're probably just over trading. I would ask you, like, what's your narrative to go long on the Friday? What level are you?
Just a gamble, complete gamble. Just going. I think he's going this way.
But I feel like that could rotate into our next topic here, is how to spot runners. And I know we talked about the large caps just now, but you know, Ace, I know that you played in some runners before. We're going to go to Murion in a second, but you said that you kind of invest in these assets that you believe in long term. Obviously, Bitcoin is that. Maybe Ethereum is. It seems to be a very solid asset. Do you play with any type of runners? Example, Fartcoin. You know, say it's retraced to 82 cents like it did 2 weeks ago. So you see it starting to pick momentum up as Ethereum's going, and you're like, runner, I spotted it, I'm ready to get in. Do you play that at all? And if not, no biggie.
Well, hold on real quick. I follow him on X, so I know he plays in that stuff.
Okay, there you go.
I don't think he's here.
Yeah, I think he might be having an issue with the connection. All right, so let's go to Murion, because I know you like Fartcoin. So we don't have to get your answer with that, because you told our audience that you trade Fartcoin. But how do you spot something like that? Like, what do you look for an opportunity that might be not like a confident coin like Bitcoin or Ethereum, but you want to catch that runner and get in?
Yeah, so I saw it was doing like huge volume in perps on some big exchanges. I saw it should be listed on Coinbase as well. So I was just like following the price action as well. On the monthly chart, it gave me pretty good setup, and I got 2x, 100% ROI on it. So like charting, it presented a pretty good monthly level on a shitcoin, which is insane. This is the main thing as well. Aligned with the fundamental analysis of Coinbase listings potential, amazing volume on perps. Like some days we're making, I think, bigger volume than the BTC or some larger caps. And just saw the Fartcoin movement from some crypto Twitter people as well.
Yeah, so Fartcoin, obviously it does have all that volume, but I will say this though, let's say that like you started to trade it because of the momentum and you got in at it started to move back up at 82 cents is where it kind of local bottom, and you get in at like 88 cents and it's moving now. It got all the way to like $1.15, I think. And then all of a sudden hard turnaround when Ethereum slowed down. Do you play these runners completely different? Do you just try to not be too greedy with them? How do you approach them?
It depends on your capital, to be honest. If you have smaller capital, you should always take profit on, for example, even 2x, 3x. Like a lot of people love to say that you're a JIT in the on-chain side, like you're JITing. But that's how you will build your portfolio up, and that's the thing you should do. Like you can't afford to lose so much like other big guys. They can like lose, I don't know, 80 apes, and just 2 or 3 apes will make their prices or make their portfolio go up like 10x. It's not the same. So you need to develop a plan for yourself in reality.
Yeah. So, okay, cool. So we went over Fartcoin and you saw that the volume was picking up on perps and stuff. So that's one thing for the audience. If you're trying to look for a runner that's going to run that's on a perps dex, look for the traded volume, right? So Fartcoin's volume was picking up. It was picking up everywhere. I also saw that. But let's talk about another runner that you got into, I think maybe 2 weeks ago. I forgot the name of it.
Money.
Yeah, money. So what did you use to find that runner?
Private groups, and
so those are real? Private groups are real, they work?
Yeah, but it's not some inside if it's just a trench guys. So like-minded people that are trenching, we saw the potential because there's the same group of people that I was in a Griffin with. So like I aped into Griffin at 2 million and it went to like 660. That was like 6x, which is insane. And we see that this one has also the potential to do Griffin type of run. And you also follow the news of the developer. What is he doing? Like, is he showing the good updates? Is he listening to the community? How is he responding? You can maybe, if you're good connected, to see like some inside info of the meetings, potentially with Solana team as well. That's what happened with Money. Now they will remove Monopoly from the name and Money. They will do the rebrand to the Zera. It's a good strategic rebrand because now they will be able to do partnerships with like real institutions and everything, because you're just basically sending the crypto without tracking and without Wi-Fi. So that's what the crypto is made for. So it should be a pretty insane.
Wait, you don't have internet? You can do it without internet access, is what you're saying?
Yeah. You can send the crypto and then it's pretty insane tech.
Well, so that was something like Jack Dorsey was trying to do with Bitcoin, I think. But
it's similar to Monero as well, as for the privacy part. And we had some bearish news on the Monero recently. I think there was some bearish stuff from them. So yeah. And also the money dev is gay, so we had some fun with that as well. Like he won't look at the teeth and all that stuff, so he should be locked into the product.
So it was memeable, basically.
Yeah. Especially for the city people.
Gotcha.
All right. I want to jump into there we go. I want to jump. Ace is back. I want to jump into the next thing here, which is deep dive bridging into Botanix. So Artura. Artura finances the site, and you guys are on Botanix right now. I'm going to share my screen because Botanix is actually really, really cool. If anyone hasn't been over there yet, they have this world called 21A BitcoinWorld. It is phenomenal. This is them right there. They're coming soon. Right now, they're in maintenance, but they're going to be popping out of that soon, and that'll take you to their stuff. But for instance, down the line, you're going to have something like this where you're going to click it, and a bunch of tasks are going to pop up here. And what those tasks are basically opportunities for you guys to claim a reward. So you'll have one task for Artura, it's probably two, right? Instead of two tasks.
Yeah, I think mostly depositing in our vault and trading on the platform are the two big ones.
That's easy enough. So you'll basically get that badge very quickly. You'll jump over to Artura. You'll enter the app. You'll see it is one of the most beautiful apps. I mean, I've used a bunch of DeFi stuff, and you guys did a great job with this. I do love the black and orange though too. Maybe that's kind of why. Bitcoin chart design looking great. I don't like looking at that, but you guys do have vaults, which is awesome. You guys can, if you're not a trader like me, you can add money to the vault and you can earn points that way. And you can go to the compete area, and you guys can see that there is a leaderboard here. Can you talk about a little bit about the leaderboard and then maybe jump into a little bit of the vault?
Yeah, definitely. So, going back to Bitcoin 2100, this is part of Botanix's huge campaign. They're trying to, or they're in the process of doing the biggest Bitcoin airdrop in history. So they're airdropping Bitcoin, like real Bitcoin, to everybody who's using their chain currently, which is, never been done before. So that's kind of bullish. I think like they're really trying to be Bitcoin aligned for everybody out there that's, big into the ecosystem. And that also kind of ties in. So like the treasure chest, like Shizzy said, if you click it and go there and use the app and do the quest through the app, which should be released any day now, just like tying up some final things there, you can earn actual Bitcoin just from trading on our perp decks. So that's also pretty unique. On our website, if you go back to that, I can talk a little bit about sort of the different features that we have upcoming. Obviously we have the competition through the leaderboard. If anybody is familiar with our previous competition that we hosted under the earlier brand BitPerp, they should be expecting some big news in the future. Obviously this is going to be on mainnet, so there's going to be real rewards, but also real risk involved. So I don't know how much I can go too much into detail. But one of the big things is, we are like a startup, we're still small and we're going strong. So, if there's ever a time for, anybody to have the best upside when it comes to using a new perp dex or a new protocol with some big events coming out, like the time is now.
Yeah. And I remember when you guys did that trading competition, it was really fun. That, obviously there was a big prize for that one. I'm sure you guys are going to continually make it interesting and fun. So I'm looking forward to what this competition is going to be, but also, more than that, like Shizzy, if you don't mind me sharing my screen real quick.
Real quick, I just want to show real quick. So back to just the A2100BitcoinWorld real quick. If you're out there and you want to know how to get started, it's super simple. You'll just come to 2100BitcoinWorld.com. You'll click your MetaMask, just like I'm going to here. You're going to put your password in, and then you'll unlock it. And this is the best part. I'll connect my wallet. And it's going to take you to this other screen. This other screen is going to be basically a bridge. And you sign in with your wallet again, confirm. And then this is the fetching the gateway address. It's going to give you a Bitcoin address right off the bat. So this is my Bitcoin address to deposit. And my deposits come up right here. So I'll basically copy this, go to my MetaMask, you send it, and then you're basically in. So all you're doing is sending your Bitcoin to your Botanix address. And then eventually in about 19 blocks, you'll get something like this, claim. And I'm actually going to claim my Bitcoin live that I sent here yesterday. So when you do it, just make sure, you're willing to wait, probably like a few hours. But once it's done, it's done. There is other ways to get in. You can get in seconds through something like Stargates from the EVM world. But for me, this is the easiest because I already have like Bitcoin and stuff like that. So for me, it's the easiest way. And boom, I claimed it. It's processing. It'll be in my wallet probably within a few minutes. So I just wanted to show you guys how easy it is to kind of be using that over there. So definitely want to make sure that I'm on the right wallet here. But yeah, anyway, easy enough. And then if you're wondering how do you get the PUSD, because if you go to the trade option up here, you'll see that you will need PUSD to be able to trade. It says PUSD right there. So you'll go back to A Bitcoin World. You go up the street a little bit. You take a little jog up to this place, Bitsy. You'll kind of go into their website. And this is where you guys can swap your Bitcoin that I just got into that token. So again, you'll just flip the switch there, come down, you grab your where is it? There it is right there, PUSD. And then you can swap right there like I'll do right now. And boom, I'll get PUSD just like that. And then I'll be able to go to Artura, connect my wallet, and be able to play. But you can go on, Yago.
Yeah, let me get my screen back up here. But I wanted to show you guys with the platform, what you can use it, like this is a pro tip. So you go to Artura.finance, you get into the app, and then you go to here. Let me actually do every step here. So you go into the app. But you don't have to sign up for a trading view account, right? You can just use their, and I asked them, I was like, is it cool if they just use your chart? Of course, right? And you got to go to click on, there's the original charting that they have that's in-house, and then they have the trading view version. So you click on that, and then you just add your indicators. And this is what I do every day. I use these two basic indicators. I use the stochastic RSI, and then I use the MACD. And you guys can just use the charting here. You don't have to sign up for a trading view account, right? And then if you want to make it bigger, you can make that bigger here. So yeah, wish the chart was looking a little bit better, but hey, I do think it is going to turn around. But yeah, that's something you can use, just for free, just the charting there. And yeah, that's what I do on a day-to-day for the charting. I wanted to just show that part off. But yeah, in terms of the platform in general, guys, like instant, I'm curious, like, we talked about you guys eventually integrating BTC memes, synthetic derivatives. What are you most excited about between those two?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of excited for all of it to some degree. We're big fans of like other perp dexes as well. We talk with their teams and we sort of go back and forth and see like how we can make each of our products the best. So even though there is competition between other perp dexes out there, I think everybody just kind of wants to create like a great experience for everybody, no matter what the platform is. But what I do think we like, what we offer is really unique. Being able to trade these RWAs or meme coins, on Bitcoin, and you don't have to leave, the ecosystem or these L2s, and our ability to just onboard any asset within 24 hours. So I think that puts us at like a real unique advantage. And obviously, I think like RWAs are like pretty hot, so we want to have those listed. As altcoins pick up as well, we're gonna continually add more of those to trade on. So I think you're really getting like a unique experience on Artura, and that's ultimately what we want to give traders is the faithfulness to Bitcoin, but giving them so much more options that are just outside of maybe their means.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's what is going to set platforms apart from each other. What differentiates them, and building the community. The fact that you guys are in there. So I'll say it again: if you're in the audience, we got 450 people listening in, and you're looking to learn about trading, and you're looking to be a part of kind of that family community environment. Because I'll tell you, we've had Ace on several times, and that's what his community seems like. They're always cheering him on, whether it's in the chat or he tells us about it. Join their Discord, guys. Do not, skip on that opportunity.
Yeah. Well, I would also just say, come in to say like, we haven't rolled out all the features yet on our platform, and so like we're still incredibly early for the tech that we have plans for on our roadmap in the future. Just like I said, like the increased assets, maybe even more products and features, more collections that we can launch as well, sort of as part of like this whole ecosystem package of Artura that we have plans to create. So while the community is small, we're able to sort of like hone in our attention on individual members and answer any questions, and really like have them like become a part of like building the brand of Artura. So if there's any time to get in on the action like early, it's right now, while everybody has like our undivided attention, and we're just trying to build this amazing product together.
Absolutely awesome, man. And you guys are giving back a good portion, and you guys just revealed today your Artura VIP pass. You want to talk about that a little bit? Let me show my screen here. Sorry, Marianne. Yeah, so this is the beautiful pass that you guys have here. I'll just read the tweet out. Artura VIP, full ecosystem access, auto whitelist to future projects, VIP campaign boosters, exclusive community benefits. One in, more info dropping in Discord. So yeah, could you can you drop anything here? Or
Yeah. I think like it's this is really just to kind of like reward the earliest members of our community. We've done giveaways and events with you guys here, and we've done it with other projects and our own community as well. And this is just kind of like a badge signifying that, you were here, like super early on. So sort of like what we want to give back is, specifically like, automatic whitelist any future projects. We've like thought about maybe making like a PFP collection in the future, just as like a fun thing, nothing serious, but obviously like that would get you in there, or, maybe a meme coin too, who knows. Also like, VIP campaign boosters. We're going to be doing more competitions, and we're going to be having some incentive campaigns in the future. So, this would be a way in which like, these, our VIPs and our early adopters would get rewarded in these campaigns, and, really show appreciation to them who, have supported us so early on. And also just, community benefits in general, exclusive passes or chats and all those things. So this is going to be minting soon. We're actually going to be, I believe, making 2 versions of this, a gold pass and a standard pass. And the gold pass is everybody that's been on the whitelist, and the public is open for anybody. Obviously, the gold pass is going to have, way more features, and it's going to be taken more seriously amongst the community. But the standard is there is like somebody that's, willing to support the project, and they're going to get some neat benefits as well. But more information we're going to be dropping very soon.
Absolutely awesome, man. Thank you for that. I appreciate the breakdown, because you're not getting that anywhere else, but absolutely awesome.
Yep, guys. Well, I think we'll wrap it up for today.
We got a few questions here. If you don't mind. Yeah. So the one question I seen was, Murion, should I use a stop loss?
Yes, man. If you don't use a stop loss, you're just gambling. You're a gambler.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Next question, for instance, is why did you choose Botanix?
Just really quick, I think that'd be like a funny name for the show. It's like, should I use stop loss?
Next week, let's go. Let's do it. Next week's show. Should I use a stop loss?
That was like a banner. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I think Botanix was just the most aligned with, the Bitcoin ecosystem and the ethos that we wanted. They're like, they use real gas, or Bitcoin has real gas on their chain, and yeah, I think they were just like much more aligned compared to a lot of the other L2s out there, and they've obviously been like very supportive of us. And we're early believers in them. We think like they're super unique. They're not going to have like a coin or anything for the foreseeable future. Bitcoin is their token, and we think that's just extremely bullish overall.
100%. Couldn't agree more. Stan says, what is the name origin of Artura? I'm thinking of naming my unborn kid Artura. I don't know. Is that copyright, first off? Can he name his kid that?
I think so. Well, I think yeah, so the name came from the sports car, the McLaren Artura. It's a high performance luxury fast vehicle, and that's some of like the symbolism that we wanted to take from that name and sort of give a similar experience for trading on our perp decks.
Yeah, man, absolutely awesome. I just want to thank you guys for your time here today. I know you guys are super busy, but I'd love to give you stage one last time. I'll start with Murion. Any last words, buddy?
Just thank you. It was an insane session today, and we'll see you in the next one. Wait for the suits on the BTC.
Yes. Definitely educational show today, guys, and this is what you're gonna get on the weekly from these guys. So get your notepad out, take notes. I mean, if you're doing that, you're old, but take notes with your computer. But you get what I'm saying. Learn from these sessions, and thank you so much, Murion. But instant love for you to finish it off.
Yeah, I think this is a great first live stream, so thank you guys again. I think this is exactly what we want to do is connect with the community. Help them use our platform or trade in general and just become, better degens, more responsible degens. And so, hopefully, for next live stream, we'll have, more charts, more alpha, more everything. So thanks again, guys.
Love it. All right, guys.
Real quick, I just want to show go make sure you guys are following their X as well. It is at Artura Finance. They are live right now. We're going to live here every single Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time through the OnChain Revolution channel and the Artura channel. Check them out, guys. Really appreciate you guys, and to the next one.
Take it easy.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.